If you want to survive the used market, you don't need a sales pitch. You need an exhaustive understanding of this truck's mechanical history. Today we are diving deep into the ultimate no-nonsense used Raptor buying guide. We are skipping the fluff and immediately discussing the core essential information. The catastrophic mechanical failures, the hidden structural vulnerabilities, and the exact best and worst years to target. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to isolate the most reliable Ford Raptor on the market. Let's get straight into it. The economics of new versus used. Before we tear into specific engine blocks and generations, we must address the economic landscape. Why buy used when new is available? Buying a brand new 2025 or 2026 model secures the latest tech, like Sync 4 and hands-free Blue Cruise, but more importantly, it buys you absolute financial predictability. High-performance trucks require incredibly expensive proprietary parts. A full factory bumper-to-bumper and powertrain warranty acts as a massive financial safety net, but that net comes at a brutal upfront cost. The depreciation cliff. Automotive analysts track that a brand new Raptor can lose between 15% and 20% of its MSRP in the first 12 months alone. On an $80,000 to $100,000 truck, you are literally burning cash just driving it off the dealer lot. The sweet spot. This is why a 3 to 4-year-old Raptor is the ultimate financial sweet spot. The original owner absorbed the catastrophic initial depreciation, allowing you to snag a fully loaded model for the price of a new base trim. The catch. Once that factory warranty expires, you are left holding the bag for major repairs. And as these highly stressed trucks age, the probability of a major repair skyrockets. You need to know exactly what breaks. Let's break it down by generation. Generation 1. The Pioneer, 2010 to 2014. Let's jump back to ground zero. Generation 1. Built on a rugged steel frame and outfitted with massive Fox Racing internal bypass shocks, this truck pioneered the segment. However, its history is a tale of two engines. When it launched in 2010, it was equipped with a 5.4-liter Triton V8. The verdict: avoid this engine at all costs. It is infamous in the mechanical world for spark plugs snapping off inside the cylinder heads and massive timing chain failures. The fix: luckily, Ford quickly replaced it with the legendary 6.2-liter Boss V8. This is a heavy cast-iron engine featuring dual spark plugs per cylinder. It is widely considered one of the most bulletproof, indestructible power plants Ford has ever engineered. Gen 1 core vulnerabilities. Even with the 6.2-liter V8, Gen 1 has highly specific, critical issues you must inspect. Transmission lead frame. Failure. The 6-speed 6R80 transmission has a severe flaw where the molded lead frame fails. The truck suddenly loses speed sensor data and can violently downshift into first gear while you are at highway speeds. It's dangerous and expensive. IWE vacuum system. Leaks. The Ford WD integrated wheel end, IWE, relies on vacuum pressure to keep the hubs disengaged. When the rubber hoses crack from age, the hubs try to engage while you're driving. This results in a horrific grinding noise that will destroy the axles if ignored. Fuse 27, meltdown. A tiny, undersized fuse powering the fuel pump overheats and physically melts the plastic fuse box housing. Your truck will abruptly die on the highway. Always pop the hood and check if the aftermarket Fuse 27 relocation kit has been installed. Bent rear frames. Early owners who actually jumped their trucks in the desert discovered a fatal flaw. Bottoming out at high speeds, bent the rear frame directly behind the cab. Inspection. Tip: stand back and look for an uneven pinch gap between the cab and the bed. If it's not perfectly parallel, the frame is bent. Run. Gen 1 final verdict. Avoid 2011, 2012, and 2013. The 2012 model is universally cited by mechanics as the absolute worst year of the first generation. Target: the 2014 model. It is the final year of Gen 1, featuring reinforced structural components, a standard torsion front differential, upgraded interior tech, and the ultimate refinement of the V8 era. Generation 2, the EcoBoost era, 2017 to 2020. After a brief hiatus, the Raptor returned in 2017. It was lighter, faster, and incredibly controversial. Ford ditched the beloved V8 for a high-output 3.5-liter EcoBoost twin-turbo V6 pushing 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. Performance-wise, it was a monster. Reliability-wise, early adopters became beta testers for unproven engineering. The financially devastating flaw: cam phasers. The second generation is haunted by one massive issue: the cam phaser epidemic. The mechanics: cam phasers dynamically control engine valve timing using oil pressure. In the early Gen 2 engines, the internal locking pin degrades prematurely. The symptom: when you start the truck cold, the loose phaser violently rattles against its metal housing until oil pressure builds up. It sounds exactly like a diesel tractor. The consequence: if you ignore this 2 to 3 second death rattle, the timing chain stretches. The pistons can collide with the valves, and your engine is functionally destroyed. The repair bill just to replace the phasers before they blow the engine? A massive $2,500 to $4,000. Other Gen 2 headaches to hunt for: 10-speed transmission flaws. The new one, OR 8.0 transmission in 2017 and 2018 models suffered from clunky, violent shifting logic. Worse, they suffer from a failing CDF clutch cylinder drum that can cost up to $6,000 to rebuild. Plastic oil pans. Early 3.5-liter engines utilize plastic oil pans sealed with silicone rather than a gasket. Due to constant thermal expansion and contraction, they constantly leak oil. Panoramic sunroof failures. The fragile plastic guide rails for the massive sunroof dry out, shatter, and dump rainwater directly into your headliner and cabin electronics. Gen 2, final verdict: avoid. 2017 and 2018 are strict, absolute years to avoid. The repair liabilities are simply too high. If you want the best of the best, look exclusively at 2019 and 2020. In 2019, Ford added the incredible Fox Live valve adaptive suspension. By 2020, Ford standardized aluminum oil pans, fixed the transmission shift logic, and installed redesigned, reliable cam phasers right from the factory. The 2020 iteration is the undisputed king of the modern twin-turbo era. Generation 3, refinement and the V8 return, 2021 to present. In 2021, the third generation changed the game yet again. Ford finally ripped out the old-school leaf springs and installed an advanced 5-link rear suspension with massive 24-inch coil springs, completely eliminating wheel hop. And in 2023, they finally gave the people what they demanded: the Raptor R, featuring a supercharged 5.2-liter Predator V8 pushing over 700 horsepower. Mechanically, the Gen 3 engines are incredibly solid. Over a decade of EcoBoost refinement means the cam phaser nightmares are largely a thing of the past. However, Gen 3 has its own unique headache: the recall epidemic. Instead of catastrophic engine failure, Gen 3 has been plagued by a massive post-pandemic recall list. Ford has issued widespread recalls for rear axle hub bolts shearing off entirely, which can let your truck literally roll away while parked in park. Wiring harnesses. Harnesses improperly routed, chafing against hot coolant lines and causing shorts. Software glitches. Modules failing, killing backup cameras, trailer brakes, and dashboard screens. Gen 3 final verdict: the core powertrains are highly reliable. The fix here is purely administrative. Do not buy a Gen 3 without running the VIN through Ford's recall database. Ensure the previous owner actually took the truck to the dealership to have all recall work completed. If the recalls are clear, the truck is good to go. The Ultimate Used Raptor Inspection Guide. You cannot treat a used Raptor like a used Honda Civic. You need a specialized military-grade inspection protocol. If you are standing in front of a used Raptor with your checkbook, you must do these 3 things. Inspect the Fox shocks. These are high-performance consumables, not lifetime parts. For standard street use, they require professional rebuilding every 50,000 miles. If the truck saw heavy off-road use, that interval drops to every 10,000 to 15,000 miles. Look behind the tire for oil leaking down the shock shafts. The rule: if the seller has no maintenance records proving a recent shock rebuild, instantly subtract $1,300 to $1,500 from your asking offer to cover doing it yourself. The cold start audio test. On any Gen 2 model, demand that the dealer or seller lets you start the engine completely cold. Open the hood and physically touch the exhaust manifold to verify it hasn't been warmed up. Start it. If you hear that loud diesel-like rattle for 3 seconds, the cam phasers are shot. Walk away instantly, or demand a $4,000 discount. Plug in an OBD2 scanner. Never buy a high-performance turbocharged truck without scanning the computer for hidden codes. Beware of aftermarket tunes. Many owners buy a $500 access port to crank up the turbo boost pressure to make 600 horsepower. This fries piston rings, blows head gaskets, and, crucially, leaves a permanent digital footprint that instantly voids any remaining factory warranties. If it's tuned, be incredibly cautious. Owning a Ford Raptor is an absolute bucket list automotive experience. They hold their value better than almost any other vehicle on the road, and their capability is unmatched. But buying the wrong year will ruin your finances and leave you stranded. Let's recap the golden rules. Avoid the 2011, 2012, 2017, and 2018 models at all costs. If you want classic V8 durability, simple mechanics, and raw sound, hunt down a meticulously maintained 2014. If you want modern tech, adaptive live valve suspension, and refined twin-turbo reliability, the 2020 model is the absolute king of the used market. If this deep dive breakdown helped protect your wallet from a multi-thousand-dollar mistake, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest, no-nonsense, mechanic-backed truck buying guides. Drop a comment below and let me know. If you are buying today, are you Team Cast Iron V8 or Team Twin Turbo EcoBoost? Drive safe, do your research, and I'll see you in the next one.